All right, so today I have a watch that might normally have passed me by that I ended up stumbling onto kind of by chance. Really cool, sporty, kind of an everyday wear. The watch is the Mido Commander Gradient. This is one of four versions of this watch, and I think this is my favorite of the bunch. This was lent into the channel thanks to Gem Bijou. Gem Bijou is a local authorized dealer for Mido and many other brands. If you're shopping watches, check them out at gembijou.com. So let's get right to it and take a look at the watch. Now, Mido is a brand that for me has kind of gone under the radar. I've managed to get hands on with a few models lately at Gem Bijou, and they have some really nice watches. There's actually a couple more I'd like to get in for some camera time, but when I saw this with the contrasting orange and black colors, I thought it looked really cool. This has a semi-transparent dial, and I'm not usually a fan of that or skeleton dials, but the dial is quite dark, so it's fairly subtle. The dial is a smoky gray and transitions to black on the outer edges. We've got applied hour markers sunken into the raised chapter ring. They have a small orange accent which helps with time telling, and same goes for the orange on the hour minute hand and that long second hand that reaches right out to the markers on the minute track. The one negative with the orange is that's where the watch is loomed, and like a lot of times with colored loom like that, it's pretty weak. Even after blasting it with a UV light, it's not bright at all, but at the same time I wasn't expecting it to be either. Up at the top of the dial is printed Mido Automatic with Commander in white, and then over at the 3 o'clock we also have that date window also in white, and you can just barely faintly see that date wheel underneath the transparent dial. The movement is the Mido Caliber 80, which is based on the ETA 2824, but with a power reserve of 80 hours and beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Kind of cool that we can get a view of the movement through the case back as well as the dial. The case is PVD coated. At first, it appears to be a very simple case design, but there's some interesting cutouts on the bottom edges near the crown and then on the opposite side of the case as well. I'm thinking that's going to help with range of motion while you're wearing the watch, but it also helps when you are using the crown. The crown is quite small and it gives you a little extra space to be able to pull out the crown and adjust the time. The strap is canvas, similar to sailcloth in look, but a lot softer. It's backed also with a very soft material. Feels a little like suede, but I think it's a man-made material. It's got orange stitchwork matching the orange accents on the watch and a black signed deployant clasp. The watch comes in at just under 40 millimeters in case width. I'm getting 39.9. The lug to lug is 43.8 millimeters, so very short lugs for a 40 millimeter watch. Lug opening is 21 millimeters, which is a bit of a bummer. You can definitely find 21 millimeter replacement straps, but a lot of us already have lots of 20s and 22s, so minor negative there. Thickness on the watch is 11 millimeters, including the slightly domed sapphire, and the water resist is 50 meters. On wrist, it's got a pretty awesome stealthy look. Stealthy and sporty at the same time. It's quite thin and light, so feels very comfortable. The strap does need a little bit of breaking in, but overall, a very cool watch. MSRP on this one is $12.25 Canadian, and I believe it's at $9.60 USD. So thanks again to Gem Bijou for giving me a little time with the watch. It was lots of fun to check out. You can find Gem Bijou at gembijou.com. Link will be in the description below. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.